excuse my super cheesy beginning. Yeah, I was acting. Whatever. So, yeah, this is our Bride of Chucky, Tiffany, the most glorious creature to ever be on our horror screens. And someone that I have always loved. I have always felt a deep connection with Tiffany in a weird way, not in the killing sort of way. I don't mean the killing sort of way. I mean the style. I mean the edge. I mean the, like, she's still like super cute, but like she will kill you. I love the whole style of her. I love like the leather jacket she wears. Does she have fishnets on? I think she has fishnets on. I dressed up as this for Halloween last year, actually. Halloween just gone. And my boyfriend was Chucky. It was my idea because I wanted to be Tiffany, and he was perfect for Chucky. And I will be doing a Chucky, but I'll be doing it on myself because he doesn't want to be on camera. But yeah, I'll be doing Chucky on myself. I have to find a wig though, that's the only thing. But this was my costume last year, and it was so simple. It's all makeup really. I have blonde hair. This is perfect. Leather jacket. I have a multitude of these because I love me a leather jacket. A white dress. This is actually just like a top. Because I did have a white dress and I can't find it, so I thought for the video the top would be fine. And fishnet tights, pair of big intense, like you could do Doc Martens, which are flat, which is comfortable. You can do heel boots. I had my new rocks on with my skulls on them because I thought that'd be pretty cool. Get yourself a fake plastic knife like my cheap one here, and you're done. Oh, and a choker, and that's costume done. If you're not blonde, get a blonde wig. Simple. You can get them anywhere. And I'm sure they have Bride of Chucky wigs, but I'd probably just do a normal blonde wig if I was you. Just because the ones that are styled for you can look a bit weird, so you can style it yourself. But yeah, the blonde wig did not apply for me today. So this is the face. This is such like good makeup for me because this is okay, minus the beauty mark, minus how wide I've drawn my lips because I tried to kind of match them to hers. And minus the super intense contour and the super pale face, and minus the covered eyebrows and the drawn on eyebrows. Everything else I would wear. Yeah, I would wear the eyes like this. I would wear the lips this color and this dark. I would wear this amount of highlight really. And I would wear like my eyeshadow all the way down. I wear it all the way up. And I'd probably put more on even, but yeah. This is so me. She's like my style icon, I feel, and I just feel so attached to her. I've actually been told that I wore like a heavy kind of eye with like green on, and someone said that I remind them of Tiffany, and I was like, oh, that's so nice, I love her. And they were afraid they were going to offend me, but I wasn't offended. Not in the slightest. That was a huge compliment for me. Tiffany is so cool. She's such a cool badass chick, and I love her. Not what she does in the movie, but I love her. And I love those movies. Chucky's hilarious, especially in the Bride of Chucky. He's hilarious. And like I said, I will be doing a Chucky video. That would probably be closer to Halloween. But this is our Tiffany. This is our Bride of Chucky. And this is our cool, badass chick. So if you want to see how to get this look, then keep on watching. Alrighty guys, so we are going to start off this look by covering our eyebrows with a washable glue stick. I'm just laying all the hairs down. I feel like I've covered my brows in most of my Halloween videos this year, which is different for me. But just trying to get the brows to lay as flat as possible. Then I went over with a little bit of translucent powder just to set it and make sure the tackiness isn't there. So that way when I put my foundation on, it'll go on a little bit smoother. And then I used quite a full coverage foundation because this is a doll, so we do want very, very perfect skin, or as perfect as I can get. So I wanted to use something that's very much full coverage. All my skin products will be listed down below. And then I went in with some full coverage concealer as well, and I just popped a little bit over my brows just to help cover them a little bit more. They're not completely covered, it's not the best job in the world, but it does for the look that I was going for. But yeah, as I said, the products are listed down below so you can check out what I used. And then we're going to start with the contouring, and I'm going to use my MAC Paintstick palette in the shade Deep Brown, which is a very cool grey tone brown. And I'm just using that to cream contour first before I set my makeup. And I'm kind of making the shape of my face like quite smiley with rounded cheeks, kind of going from where my nostrils are down and around my cheeks, make them very rounded looking. And then we contoured in the temple just to give a bit more of a scary kind of look to the face, and also the sides of the forehead as well. I did a little bit under my lip because I love doing under my lip as well. and also a little bit under my jaw, just to give everything a very chiseled sort of look, like we look very sculpted like a doll. I also gave myself a little bit of a chin dimple, just using a slightly smaller brush on that same shade, and then I went in, you can kind of see there, it's in butt chin, and just went in with that bigger brush that I was using and blend that out. And then I also contoured my nose. A lot of this look is contouring. In fact, you'll see in the video a good bit of the things I show you is contouring. I then drew a little upside down V sort of shape in between my brows, just to kind of make it look like my brow is a little bit furrowed, and also the fact that my brow is coming forward a little bit more, like I have a very prominent brow, because that's how she looks in the movie. And then I also did like a semicircle sort of shape on my forehead to also emulate that part is sunken in, and then the brow bone is coming out a little bit more, which you can see there. I then used just a little bit of my Inglot face blush. It's one of their liquid blushes in the shade 86. It's kind of a mauvey pink, and I just applied that quite high up, almost on my under eyes, on my cheeks, because it just helps with the tones I want to use later on. And then I went in with my translucent powder again and just set my entire face. I'd already mapped out there my brows, but I used my MAC Brushblack liner because she's got super black strong brows. And I just went in and drew the brow shape that she has, or thereabouts. I think hers are a little bit more curved than mine, but something that still goes with my face shape that also matches hers. And then to prime my eyes, I went in with my Plouise base in the shade 0.5, just all over the lid using a flat brush. And I also brought it a little bit above to where my natural brows are, to help cover it. Then we're going to start with the shade 344 from Inglot on a big fluffy brush, and just really buff that into the eye. It's going to go all in the crease and blend it up quite high, because now that we've covered our brows and drawn a new eyebrow, we have the space to do so. So let's bring that all the way up. I also brought it quite far in on my brow bone, on the inner corner, and then I also buffed a lot of it on the lower lash line. Very far down, that's why I didn't put any concealer on my under eyes, because I'm going to cover it all up with shadow anyway, so it doesn't matter about my dark circles. Then we're going to go in with the shade 375 from Inglot, and this is just a very nice purple. It's like a true purple sort of shade, and I'm popping that on a slightly smaller blending brush into the crease, just slightly smaller. It's not a small blending brush, it's still a big fluffy brush, and that's going to go into the crease on the outer corner as well, and also bringing that right on the inner corner as well, and blend that up quite high too, because this is a purpley smoky eye that we're going for, because that's what she wears, because she's super glam. I also, with that same brush, blended a lot of this along my lower lash line and down towards the top of my cheek, just to really blow that out and make it really dramatic and super spooky and Halloweeny. I also popped a little bit on my very inner corner as well. And then to deepen that up and create more of a halo shape, I went in with Makeup Geek's eyeshadow in the shade Taboo, which is a very deep, almost black aubergine sort of colour. And I popped that on my outer corner and brought it into the crease as well. We are basically making a halo eye, which is a very big and blown out dramatic halo eye. I also popped a little bit of that on my inner corner to also help create the halo eye and really darken that inner corner, because she's so edgy and glam, and that's what we're going for. I also popped a little bit of that along my lower lash line. I used a slightly smaller brush to really get in between my lashes, and then went back in with the fluffy brush to blow that out a little bit more. And to really deepen this up, I'm taking the black from Makeup Geek, which is Corrupt, and just on a little pencil brush, I'm just using that to deepen the outer corner of the eye, bringing it into the crease a little bit as well, and also popping some on the inner corner just to really give that sunken shape to the eye. I also, with that same brush, popped a little bit of that black along my lower lash line, just very close to my lashes, so that way we can keep it all nice and gradient around the eye. Then I'm taking my NYX glitter primer, because I'm going to use some shimmers and a little bit of glitter just to keep it super glam, and I'm popping that on just with my finger on the very centre of my lid where I have no colour. And then I'm taking the shade 445 from Inglot, which to me looks like the perfect colour that she has on her lid. I am going to add a tiny bit more sparkle as well, but this, with the combination of sparkle that I put on, is basically the exact colour of what she has on. I don't know how it matches so well. I then went in with the brush that I use for the shade Taboo, and I'm just using that to blend the outer and inner corner into the shimmer. Then I'm going to take Inglot's Body Sparkle in the shade 53, which is just like a very, very fine, almost like a pigment, but it is more of a glitter, and it has a very strong pinky purpley reflex, and I just press that on top also with my finger. Then I'm going to go in with the number 7 Stay Perfect Amazing Eye Pencil in black, and this going in my waterline. And I also tightline my eye as well, because I didn't do any liner because she doesn't have any liner on. It's just a super smoky, grungy sort of eye. And then I went in with some mascara on my top and bottom lashes with using the MDM Flow Greater Than mascara, and just went to town with the mascara. I also then popped on my lashes off camera, and I used the Starlets from House of Lashes to give a super nice rounded effect to the eye. And now we're going to go on to more contour. So I'm going in with the first shade that I used on my eyes, the 344 from Inglot, and we're going in to really go in and emphasize our contour and our cheekbones, because we want this to be very noticeable and very dramatic. And the colour of this kind of has like a pinky, browny, taupey kind of colour, which the pinkiness gives the same kind of tones she has on her face, and I don't know why it has a pinky tone, but that's the kind of tones that's on her face. I'm not sure why. So I did along my jawline, my chin dimple, and now down the sides of my nose. I actually then went in with a mixture of that colour and a tiny little bit of the shade Taboo, and used that to drag the colours from the eyes down the sides of the nose, just because I thought it would look super pretty. I then went back in with just the shade 344 and popped that into my temples, along my forehead in the corners. Also gives a nice rounded shape to the face, which gives that more doll-like look. And I'm emphasizing my little furrowed brow on in between my brows. We do want this to be dramatic. This should be noticeable, so it looks more like her. And I'm also emphasizing the bit that we shadowed to make the brow look more furrowed. For blusher, I went in with Sleek's Blush by 3 in the shade Sugar, and I'm taking the one that's called Demerara, which is the burgundy sort of shade, and I'm popping that, almost blending from my eyeshadow down onto my cheek. And then we're going to go to town with some highlighters. So this is the Jeffree Star Skin Frost in the shade Ice Cold. I popped a little bit on my nose. Yes, no, I don't purchase from Jeffree Star anymore, but I do own this, and it's what I used at the time, and it's perfect. And I do really like the product. It's just I don't want to buy anything from him anymore, and I have this about 2 years, so I'm just using it because I already own it. But we're gonna go to town with this. We want this to be so shiny on the skin because we want to look like porcelain. We want to look like a doll and like plastic. So I'm popping a lot on the apples of my cheeks as well. I also popped some on the top part of my forehead, which looks more highlighted than where I've shadowed it. And then I popped some using a very small little blending brush on the brow bone that's kind of furrowing, if that makes any sense. It's hard to explain, but you can see what I mean. I then used my Brushblack liner and popped on my little beauty mark. Fun fact, when I was going in to edit this, I thought I forgot to do this step, which would have been devastating. Then I went in with MAC's Plum lip liner to draw out the shape of my lip. I just used this to draw out the shape. You won't really see the colour. And I did extend the sides of my lip a little bit more just to match her shape as well. I then went in with the shade 38 from the Inglot HD Lip Tints, which is almost black, but it is basically like a very, very, very dark purple. And I popped that all over the lips. It basically looks black. And then I got some on my lip, which is devastating, but I fixed it. It's fine. Don't worry, no panic. Then I went in my LA Splash Classic Horror liquid lipstick in the shade Phantom, which has a little bit more of a purple tone to it. I just popped that on mostly on the center over the darker one just to give a bit of dimension. And that is our finish. Beautiful Tiffany sort of look. Alrighty guys, how did we find that video? That was our tutorial for the Bride of Chucky, our Tiffany look, and I love this makeup. These eyes are like so me, and I love them so much. I love like a void when you look at me from a distance, it should be void in my eyes, and I love it. I think my eyes look so blue with these colours on. I love my little choker. I love my leather jacket. I'm loving this look. There's a reason why I dressed up as her for Halloween, and I'll probably do it again. It's so easy for me anyway. It was very, very easy. So this is the look. I hope you all enjoyed it. I hope you maybe try it out yourself, because it's such a fun look. I think it's so fun to really get in there and really sculpt out your face like this, like doing this big rounded cheek. So cool. And I hope you have a little bit of fun with it. I hope it gives you an idea that maybe if you are blonde or have blonde wigs or anything like that, and you want to do Tiffany, be her. She's so cool. And if you have someone, a friend, boyfriend, sister, brother, whoever, to be Chucky, get them to be Chucky too. It's so fun. We had a Halloween party last year. That's what we went to, and I dressed up as Tiffany. My boyfriend dressed up as Chucky. Got him like one of those onesies that you buy just in a costume shop. We sprayed his hair ginger or orange really for Chucky, and I used you'll see it in the video that I do myself, sculpt gel, and I carved out all the scars on his face, made him look like a doll, and gave him a knife as well. He just put some trainers on, and it was so cool. And they had a costume contest, so it was funniest costume, best costume, and scariest costume. And for the second year running, he won scariest costume, which means I won scariest costume because I did the whole thing for him basically. So we basically won as a duo. And for me on Halloween, scariest costume is actually the best costume because you want to freak people out. I do anyway. And yeah, so we won. And it was great. We got a badge. It was fun. It was a lot of fun. So I have great memories for this look, and I love this look, and I would definitely wear this, well, not all of it, but most of this makeup going out. So if you did like this video, give me a big thumbs up down below. Look at my tan hands. Oh my god. Let me know in the comments what you think of the look. Would you wear this look for a costume? Did this give you an idea? And also, what are you dressing up as for Halloween? I still want to know. I want to know all these things, and so fun. Also, what's your favourite scary movie? Yeah, let me know. What is your favourite scary movie? That is like my favourite thing to ask people. So it could either be your favourite scary movie or the movie that scared you the most. There's a difference for me. My favourite scary movie is also the one that scares me the most, and that is The Exorcist, which I've mentioned in videos previous for Halloween. But yeah, The Exorcist, yeah, hard movie for me to watch, but I love it and I appreciate it for everything that it is, and I think it's the best horror movie because it scares me the most. So let me know that in the comments, and also hit subscribe down below to see my Chucky coming up, the husband to my bride, and hopefully you enjoy that as well. And I've also got coming up after Halloween, I have some more videos that aren't Halloween related and not spooky related. I also have a 3 looks on palette using the classic horror from LA Splash palette, hopefully coming up. So yeah, that should be a bit of fun. I think that would be cool. So I'll see you in the next video, guys. Bye.